What is up, everybody? I'm your legendary commander, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. Today, we're going to revisit an old but good one, and that is the top metal locations on Ragnarok. So, we're going to head off to the first one, and I'll meet you there. We're going to start off right off with my number one pick, and that is right here on this mountain over here on the left side. So while it's true that Ragnarok is absolutely littered with metal, there are definitely some better places to set up, to build a mining base. One of those places right here up on top of this mountain. Although I've built an entire base up on the mountain to my left, it's a great place to build a base, and then right from there you have such an access to metal. But don't just take my word for it, let's go down and show you. So as you see from up at that mountain up there, there's tons of metal down here. Tons of it, and as you travel along this side over here, before you hit that green area on the other end, you'll find there is a lot of metal all in this one little, basically like third or quarter of the area. There's a lot of spots sporadically. If you have a partner, this would be a great spot to go hit metal, and even if you don't have a partner, it's not a bad spot because you are not going far from your base. But I'm going to be quiet now and let you survey the land a little more. So coming up at my number 2 spot here, we already start to see some metal, and I've noticed wherever you see this black rock, you kind of see a lot of metal. This place is by no means short of metal. Just check this out as we continue forward here in this very confined area. Right up here, you see most of the metal that I'm talking about right here. How many nodes is that? That's a lot of nodes. And what's best about it is this is not just what's outside, there's a cave inside. If you happen to have a small little refining area set up, you could really make a lot of metal here, like have an anchor stationed here, and then go get that metal. Or if you want to station yourself up on top of what I'm going to name Pride Rock up there, you could definitely go ahead and set yourself up and mine metal from below. So right between the sand dunes and the redwood, you're going to run into this giant mountain that kind of separates the two. Well, this mountain actually has a lot of metal here. It's really spread out though, and that's the one bad thing about this area. I would not say that this would be a place to go by yourself. This is one where you need a buddy to carry you so you don't have to get on and off your dyno 1,000 times. Because that's what's going to happen. You'll be on your bird, off your bird, on your bird, off your bird. So with this one, this is definitely a buddy, but number 3 spot on my list. There is a place maybe you might set up on this mountainside, but that's more or less by the snow area, which we'll see at the end of this little clip. Number 4 is an oldie but goodie, and it's basically the canyon. The canyon is full of metal. You can see a lot of that metal is visible right away, but as you get mining, you'll find it under these big, giant, regular stone rocks filled with flint and stone, that you'll find there are other metal nodes hidden inside there. So you definitely want to clear all that out. And this canyon holds a lot. It's a lot of traveling. Again, I would bring a buddy for this one, but you can mine this one by yourself. But then again, where you're going to station yourself to refine this stuff? Well, that makes it a little more complicated. And that's why I say bring a buddy, because you really don't have a place you can really live and go mine this very easy. But it's basically all over the ground. It's up on top of these cliff sides up here, underneath those rocks that I'm just flying over now. Basically, it's everywhere down here, even on the bottom on the ground. You just have to know where it's all at, or at least hunt it all down and find it. Now, number 5 just so happens to be my base living area. And the reason why I say this area is because once you live in a place, you kind of figure out where a lot of those metal nodes are. And you can see I'm popping by a few little metal nodes here, but this isn't the important part. There's a lot of clusters around in this area, and as you can see, we're about to come up on some of those clusters here in just a moment. You can see little patches in like the trees over there. There's a few metal nodes right into here, and make a quick stop there and get a nice little hefty sum without having to go very far and move around a lot. This is a lot more spread out. It does require a little more movement on your part, but you'll see a lot of metal nodes inside this rocky area, and as long as you have an ank, you can pretty much mine it like no problem, as long as your ank can sustain enough weight or your Argent can carry you around. Over here you'll find a few more nodes. You might as well hit them when you're hitting the other stuff. And then there's even more patches up over here. Like I said, this is when you live around an area, you kind of figure out where to find all that metal, and this is a giant area to cover. You will see right over here there's a nice little patch of metal. You can get about, depending on what rates you're on, I'm on ×4, and I'm getting about 2,000 plus ingots, maybe closer to 3,000. There are ways to always boost that metal gain, depending on who you are, what you got with you, like mate boosting, and at the same time being bred with the proper amount of melee. There's a lot that you can do to help yourself along in that category. Then of course there's more in this little patch, and then over here in the redwoods there is a large amount just hanging on the side of this cliff. Again, a lot of getting on and off, and works better with a buddy, but there's a lot of metal here, and I built generally the entire wall around my base from the ingots I mined here. A little bit from trade, but the majority of the wall was built by me. You can see here they're even hiding metal in the waterfall. Well guys, that's it for my top 5 metal locations. There were a lot of honorable mentions there that could have been added in, but I mean basically going all over the map to just every little spot on the map, because there are a lot of places that have a decent amount of metal in Ragnarok. It's true, Ragnarok is absolutely littered with metal, but if you are looking for a good spot, one of these 5 places I have found have been very, very resource rich and very, very helpful. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you also happen to enjoy it, hit that subscribe button for more art content from me. Other than that though, we are starting a server on November 6th for the Extinction server. Come join us. We'd absolutely love to have you. I will be streaming it, and when I'm streaming it, it will have a link down in the description to come join us if you are part of that PC master race and would like to play with some S+ mods. Nothing game breaking on the mod wise, and 4 times collection, 3 times taming, and 1 times XP for pacing reasons. Kind of keeps the length of the game longer instead of instant joy. I know some of you are more into the instant joy, but here on the kind of vanilla server, we're not so necessarily in need of that instant joy. But if you like this video, like I said before, hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends. That's it for this one, guys. Y'all take care, and I'll catch you next time.